Welcome back to Let's Make a Game, a channel about making computer role-playing games using the free program Twine and the Sugarcube format for Twine. In this video, I want to talk about AI-generated artwork again. And the reason I want to talk about it again is because it is a fairly new thing to have AI art that's worth using, and so it's still sort of unstable. A lot of websites go up and then come down or change what their offer is, and so on. And so a recommendation for a good site to use might not be accurate in a few months. And in fact, that has happened. The website that I have been using and that I recommend, which is mage.space, has announced that they're getting rid of free free accounts. Basically, you'll have to pay to have an account. And I make these videos with the assumption that the people listening want free resources, that you aren't prepared to pay. That maybe if you get really into doing this, you might get a paid account with something, but for now you just want to know where you can do something for where you can do what you need to do for free. And the payments, they're not much, but I can't recommend a paid site on that basis. And so I need to, or I feel like I need to sort of give a recommendation for a site that is still free. And I'm not going to do the YouTube thing of making you wait till the end. My recommendation is this site, Lexica, lexica.art. I'll put a link to it in the description, but the address is lexica.art. I have talked about this one before, but it has, like a lot of sites, sort of slightly changed what it offers, and so I thought it was worth doing a video again. I'm going to go through my criteria for why is this one the one I picked. Well, first of all, as I say, it's free. They do have paid accounts, but you can get a free account, and it allows you to generate, I think it's 84 pictures per week. So it's you unless you're just sort of sitting there churning them out, that's probably going to be enough. Although by default you do, as you can see, you do generate 4 at a time. So it's not 84 goes. It's like 84 pictures. The pictures are quite big. So if we go open image in new tab, you can and zoom in, you can see that that's probably going to be enough for most purposes. And this is quite important. When you enter a style or the name of an artist, it makes something that looks pretty much like that style or that artist. There are a lot of sites that I've found where the pictures that they generate look good, but they don't. They all look fairly similar. And if you enter the name of an artist, it won't look like something that was done by that artist. Or they might have different styles that you can choose, but everything within the one style will look, pretty much the same. And I found with Lexica that that's not the case. In this with these 4 pictures, I've entered the name NC Wyeth as part of the prompt, and to me, this does look like something that NC Wyeth might paint. I've also done another one where I entered the name Aubrey Beardsley, and again, to me, this looks pretty much like the style of Aubrey Beardsley, if you know that artist. If you don't enter those prompts, it does tend to do this kind of what I would call a sort of generic AI art look. It's a bit hard to describe, but I sort of know it when I see it. There's a particular style that you seem to get a lot with AI art, where it's sort of digital art, and um, it looks like it could be airbrushed, but it's probably computer made, and it I don't know. It's hard to describe, but you do get that. It's not a bad look, but it's just kind of a look that's sort of, oh, that was AI made that. Um, and you do tend to get that when you don't do any prompts, when you don't do any prompts that are, like a style of how to do it. But when you do the style, it actually takes that into account. So that's a really important, to me, that's a really important factor. Unless you want everything to look like sort of generic AI art. Um, you do have to log in. That's a bit of a downside. You can't just go to the site and enter it, but that seems to be pretty usual these days. They don't seem to send spam or anything. I think maybe that's just so they can keep track of how many you've done in a given time. I don't think I've ever gotten any spam from them, but you do have to give them your email address. Um, and it also, as well as being able to generate a certain number per week, you can also just search. So it'll give you, it seems to be personalized, a personalized gallery. It seems to give you a gallery based on things that you've looked at before. These seem to me to be similar to things that I've looked at in the past. And you can also, uh, if you like a picture that you see, so I'll click on that one, you can explore this style. Also, you can look at the other ones that were generated at the same time. But let's say you like that one. You can choose to explore this style, and it will come up with a whole lot of ones that it thinks are similar. So in this case, we've got a lot of red, white, and black, a lot of women, a lot of perhaps anime sort of style, kind of gothic clothes, and you can see sort of other things that are similar. And so you might say, oh, I quite like that one. Let's see if we can find something similar to that. And so on. And so you can sort of home in on something that's already been made. And you can do this without any limit. There's no limit to how often you can do this. So let's say you decide you like, I don't particularly care for that one, but let's say we decide we like that one. Again, you can just open image in a new tab and then download it or copy it and paste it into Photoshop or whatever program you're using. You can also search, and again, this is unlimited. So for example, let's say I'm looking for a picture of an evil wizard, and it gives me things that have that prompt or something similar. Apparently, a lot of people are interested in generating pictures of evil wizards because there's quite a lot of relevant responses. Sometimes it can be a bit scant, depending on whether you want something common or not. But in this particular case, it seems to be pretty good. And then you can, for example, refine it if you wanted it in a particular style. Okay, now it's giving ones that are in a particular sort of artistic style. And I quite like that one. Anyway, so in short, that is the best AI art generator that I've found. It's also a sort of database of ones that have been created using the engine, so that's quite a good resource. I'm not claiming that I've done an extensive search. I mean, there's a lot of these things around, but this is the best one I found. But if anyone sort of has a better one, like, please let me know in the comments, and I'll have a look at it, and maybe that one is better. But by the criteria that I'm using, which is that it doesn't it makes things look like what you enter into the prompt, and it's free, and you can do a fair few for free. It is the best one that I've found. So I hope that's useful or interesting to at least some of you, and I hope you will tune in next time.